This guy made a final desire to God about your. This will break your heart in pieces after reading. There are moments in life that transcend the ordinary. Moments that pierce through the mundane fabric of existence and leave an indelible mark on our souls. These moments often come unexpectedly, catching us off guard and leaving us grappling with emotions we never knew we had. The story I'm about to share with you is one such moment. A tale of love, loss, and the profound depths of human emotion that will undoubtedly leave your heart shattered into a million pieces. It all began with a man named David. David was not your typical protagonist. He didn't possess extraordinary abilities or grand ambitions. He was just an ordinary guy, living an ordinary life, or so it seemed. But beneath the facade of normalcy lay a heart that beat with an intensity few could fathom. David was deeply in love with his wife, Sarah. Theirs was a love story for the ages, a tale of two souls entwined in a bond so strong that not even death could tear them apart. But fate had other plans. Sarah was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and suddenly, their world came crashing down around them. As Sarah's condition deteriorated, David found himself grappling with a maelstrom of emotions: grief, anger, despair. But amidst the darkness, a flicker of hope remained. David turned to his faith, seeking solace in the belief that there was something greater than himself, a higher power that could offer comfort in the face of overwhelming sorrow. In his darkest hour, David made a final desire to God, a plea born out of desperation and love. He prayed not for himself, but for Sarah. He begged for her suffering to end, for her pain to be replaced with peace. And in that moment, as he poured out his heart to the heavens, something extraordinary happened. Sarah's condition took a sudden turn for the better. Doctors were baffled, unable to explain the miraculous turnaround. But David knew the truth. His prayer had been answered, not in the way he had expected or hoped for, but in a way that defied all logic and reason. For a brief moment, David and Sarah were granted a reprieve from the relentless march of time. They seized the opportunity with both hands, savoring every precious moment they had together. They laughed, they cried, they loved with a fierceness that transcended words. But alas, their time together was fleeting. Sarah's illness eventually caught up with her, and she passed away surrounded by loved ones. In the aftermath of her death, David was consumed by grief once more. But amidst the pain, there was also a profound sense of gratitude for the time they had shared, for the love that had sustained them, and for the answered prayer that had brought them a measure of peace in their final days together. In the years that followed, David's story became a beacon of hope for countless others facing similar trials and tribulations. His unwavering faith and boundless love served as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of light to guide us through the storm. But perhaps the most poignant lesson of all is this: love knows no bounds. It transcends time and space, defying even death itself. David and Sarah's love story may have come to an end, but its echoes reverberate through eternity, touching the lives of all who hear it. So the next time you find yourself facing insurmountable odds, remember the tale of David and Sarah. Remember that miracles do happen and that prayers are answered in ways we least expect. Above all, remember that love is the greatest force in the universe, a force that can conquer even the darkest of nights and bring light to the darkest of days. It's not the length of our lives that matters, but the depth of our love. And for David and Sarah, their love was deeper than the ocean, stronger than the winds, and more enduring than time itself. May we all be so lucky as to experience a love like theirs, a love that knows no bounds and transcends even death itself. But even as David sought refuge in his faith, he couldn't shake the lingering question that gnawed at his soul: why had their prayers been answered in such a bittersweet manner? Why had Sarah been granted a reprieve from her illness, only to be taken from him once more? As David poured out his heart to the old man, recounting the tale of his love for Sarah and the anguish of her passing, the stranger listened intently, his eyes filled with a mixture of empathy and understanding. And when David finally fell silent, exhausted from the emotional toll of reliving his pain, the old man spoke in a voice that was soft yet resonant, carrying the weight of centuries. "My dear friend," he said, his words imbued with a sense of profound wisdom, "sometimes the answers we seek are not meant to be found in this life. Sometimes they lie beyond the realm of human understanding, hidden in the mysteries of the universe." David listened intently, hanging on every word as the old man continued. "We may never know why things happen the way they do, why some prayers are answered while others go unanswered. But what matters is not the why, but the how we choose to face the challenges that life throws our way." And with that, the old man reached out a weathered hand, placing it gently on David's shoulder. "You loved Sarah with all your heart," he said, his voice tinged with reverence. "You gave her the greatest gift of all, the gift of unconditional love. And though she may no longer walk beside you in the physical sense, her spirit lives on in the memories you shared, in the love that still burns bright within your heart." For David, the old man's words were a revelation, a balm for his wounded soul, a beacon of hope in the darkness. In that moment, he realized that Sarah's passing was not the end of their love story, but merely a new beginning, a chapter in a tale that stretched beyond the boundaries of time and space. And so, armed with newfound resolve, David set out to honor Sarah's memory in the only way he knew how, by living his life to the fullest, by cherishing each moment as if it were his last, by embracing the beauty of love in all its myriad forms. In the years that followed, David's story became a legend, a testament to the enduring power of love in the face of adversity. He dedicated his life to helping others, offering a glimmer of hope to those who had lost their way in the darkness. And though he never forgot the pain of losing Sarah, He found solace in the knowledge that their love would live on forever in the hearts of those they had touched. As for the old man who had offered him wisdom in his darkest hour, he vanished as mysteriously as he had appeared, leaving behind nothing but a lingering sense of gratitude and a newfound sense of purpose. And so, dear reader, I leave you with this thought. In the face of life's greatest trials, may we all find the strength to persevere, the courage to love fiercely, and the wisdom to embrace the mysteries of the universe. For in the end, it is love that truly conquers all, a force more powerful than we could ever imagine, a beacon of hope in the darkest of nights.